everyone, welcome to another video and welcome to this reading vlog. Today is Saturday and I am so determined to this weekend properly break the reading slump I've been in for the last little while. If I look over the notes that I keep on what I read in July, how many was it? Holy shit, in July I read 7 books. 7 books. It's the best reading month I've ever had in my life. I read 7 books in July. And then in August I read 2 books, and then in September so far I've read just 1, and that one was Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. So yeah, I have been in a pretty sizable reading slump for a little while. I've just not been picking up my books and getting to reading, but I am so determined to change that. So this weekend we're going to be reading The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I actually had my eye on this book for a little while. I thought the blurb on the back sounded really intriguing, and honestly it just the blurb really sucked me, and I thought the tone and the voice sounded very cool. It is a high fantasy story, and I don't know very much about it at the moment. It's about a man whose name is Kvothe. I'm pretty sure I've gotten to the point where they've tried to explain how to pronounce his name. It's spelled Kvothe. My brain, it hurts my brain to say that. And the cover is really beautiful, and the blurb is: I have stolen princesses back from sleeping barrow kings. I burned down the town of Treeborn. I have spent the night with Florian and left with both my sanity and my life. I was expelled from the university at a younger age than most people are allowed in. I tread paths by moonlight that others fear to speak of during the day. I have talked to gods, loved women, and written songs that make the minstrels weep. My name is Kvothe. That you may have heard of me. Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce the main character's name, so I need to Google that to work out how to pronounce his name. But the last time I Googled a character's name in a book, I got the quintessential spoiler for Crooked Kingdom and kind of ruined that, so I really don't want to Google it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Really, my plans for today are to read this book. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I am just a teeny tiny bit of the way through so far. Already enjoying the tone. It feels like a good, strong story. So yeah, today is Saturday, and we have a house inspection coming up. So because we're renting, we have to make sure the house is clean so they can inspect it to make sure we haven't trashed anything. I'm assuming this is pretty normal in most countries, but yeah, we've got to do some cleaning to make sure that everything is perfectly fine for the inspection. Yeah, aside from that, I don't really have plans to do anything. I just want to do a whole bunch of reading of this beautiful book with its beautiful cover and beautiful blurb. Yeah, I am 55 pages in. It's taking me 2 weeks to get to that point, so hopefully I can read a whole chunk of it today. Okay, so it is Tuesday morning right now. I am actually eating my breakfast, and this reading vlog continues. Now, I didn't film anything on Sunday because we ended up having heaps and heaps of lifey admin stuff to do, and then on top of that we had all this cleaning for this inspection. And then yesterday, we don't talk about yesterday, it was just a complete mess. So here we are, it is Tuesday. I'm about to head off to work. Today is a really rainy, lovely day. Normally I try to have porridge or something like that for breakfast because that's a lot healthier, and it doesn't have like a lot of processed sugar and stuff in it, and porridge is really good for you. But our stove, my partner did a really good job of cleaning our stove for this inspection. Like, it is sparkling clean. Like, there's no way I would be able to clean it to that level. He did a really good job. And knowing me, like, I would absolutely get porridge all over it right before the inspection, so I've decided to not use our stove and to just have toast with home brand hazelnut spread, not Nutella, almost Nutella. So just to check in on like where I am with my reading at the moment, I'm gonna not get crumbs and things all over my book. I am now this far into Name of the Wind. I've read about 100 pages now. The main character's name, so I went back and looked over the bit where like it's supposed to explain how his name is pronounced, and it's supposed to be like Quoth. So Quoth. So yeah, overall I'm having a good time reading it at the moment. It's just that I like have only found very small snippets to read over the last couple days, so hoping I can get to this a bit more. But while I was cleaning though, I was actually listening to this book, which is the Traveling Cat Chronicle. I'm up to chapter 5, which is pretty much 2/3 of the way through, and it's really good so far. Like, it's been a really charming book to listen to, and it is kind of told from the perspective of this person's cat. Like, the cat has a very strong voice in this. So yeah, I listened to quite a lot of it on Sunday, and then kept listening to it yesterday, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very cute. So yeah, that's where we are with reading at the moment. I'm going to finish my toast and then head off to work, and I'm going to listen to the Traveling Cat Chronicles as I do that. It is Thursday, no, it's Wednesday afternoon, not Thursday, we're not there yet. And I just got home from work, and I wanted to fill you guys in on how my reading is going at the moment. So last night I got up to about page 140 of The Name of the Wind. Yesterday I was listening to the Traveling Cat Chronicle, which I was listening to on audiobook, and I was sitting at my desk, and it was my lunch break, and I was like eating my lunch, and I got to this really emotional part of the story, and I just started like actually tearing up. Like, it was that emotional, the point in the story I was at, and I had to like actually stop myself, because I was like, someone's gonna walk up to you at your desk and be like, what are you doing? Why are you sitting here crying? And I didn't know how I was going to explain that I was listening to a story told from a cat's perspective, and it was just that heart-wrenching in that specific moment that I was actually like sitting at my desk crying. So I had to stop that, and then I eventually like went home and like finished listening to it, and it was so good. It was so incredibly good. I loved the Traveling Cat Chronicle. It was a really beautiful slice of life set in Japan, and it had a cute little road trip in it. There was some really beautiful nature imagery, and to be honest, the highlight of the story was the tone of the story, because it was told from the cat's perspective, and there was some nice like character development for the cat. He was like a little bit obnoxious and a little bit arrogant, but in a very like cat sort of way. I just thought it was really sweet and really good, and a really lovely story. So yeah, the fact that that was a really short book was quite helpful in helping me feel like I'm breaking this reading slump. I'm now listening to Before the Coffee Gets Cold, because it was recommended to me after I finished the Traveling Cat Chronicle, and I was like, let's continue this trend of really short contemporary Japanese lit, which is about a cafe where there's time travel involved. So that's what I'm reading right now, like via audiobook. And yeah, gonna try and make another dent in the, I keep almost saying the Wheel of Time. It's not the Wheel of Time, it's the Name of the Wind. I don't know why I keep almost getting confused. My partner isn't home from work just yet, so I'm gonna do some yoga, and then maybe do some reading until he comes home, and then like we can organize dinner stuff. I was really good with doing yoga when we were in quarantine. I did it almost every day, but just like a really short like yoga with Adrian video, and I find that it really helps, because like sitting in a desk chair all day gives me like really bad neck pain. So I don't think that people are supposed to be super sedentary and like sit down all day and like sit in an awkward position. I have really bad posture, so I'm gonna try and do that today and get back into the routine of doing yoga more often, because it's been really good for me. And yeah, that's all I had to update you on in this very stretched out reading week in my life kind of vlog. Yeah, I'm gonna go do yoga now, and then make dinner at some point, and then probably read more of The Name of the Wind. Hey guys, happy Sunday. I just wanted to check in with you in terms of how my reading is going at the moment. I've read about this much of The Name of the Wind so far. It's turning out like it seems like it's going to be a sort of Bildungsroman style story. In the beginning, we sort of had like our main character and he was very powerful, and he's an innkeeper and he's like obviously very magical, and then this sort of man turns up who's going to write about his life, and so the main character starts like going back and speaking about his childhood. So in that sort of regard it seems very Bildungsroman-y, in terms of like, yeah, being a coming of age story, going through his life and going through all that kind of story. Yeah, I'm finding this book really interesting and I'm really enjoying it. I am reading it like reasonably slowly. Again, I'm like almost 200 pages of the way through the book. And if I'm being really honest, I was kind of hoping, like low-key hoping, that I would finish this book this week, because my goal was like to properly pull myself out of this reading slump and read like a whole bunch. I did that, but I think the thing with me is that I don't read physical books that quickly. Like, I want to sit down and really enjoy the book and read it slowly and take everything in, and I'm really interested in like structure and the way the words work in the story. So like in terms of me trying to analyze the book as I'm reading it, I think that also slows me down when I'm reading. So yeah, reading the story, reading it like a little bit slowly, but I'm enjoying it overall. That was the sound of my knee cracking, okay. So yeah, really enjoying this book so far. I'm looking forward to finishing it. So given how long this is taking, it's probably going to take me like another week, but that's okay. And yeah, in addition to this, I also started and finished The Traveling Cat Chronicles this week. That was quite a short one. That book was only like 5 or 6 hours long. And I'm also halfway through When the Coffee Gets Cold. Both of those books have been like nice, cozy, contemporary stories. Traveling Cat Chronicles was like an easy 5 stars. Apparently there's a movie. I now really want to watch the movie. But yeah, that's how my reading is going. Honestly, I probably would have read quite a bit more if I didn't realize that Grey's Anatomy was on one of the Australian streaming services. Something you should know about me is that I absolutely love Grey's Anatomy. Like, I've been watching this TV show since I was 12 years old. I have rewatched it so many times. I love it very much, and for the longest time I couldn't find it anywhere, because certain streaming services in Australia, like, they would have up to season 10, or like they would have like certain seasons, but they wouldn't have any of the recent ones. So for ages I was convinced that it was impossible to find Grey's Anatomy unless you like actually went and bought the DVDs, which I wasn't prepared to do. So yeah, I'm really happy because now like one of our like local TV stations has it, which means they're streaming it for free, which is great. One of the issues of it being like a free platform is that clearly like their player is not as good as it probably could be, because on, I think it was Friday night, I was trying to watch Grey's Anatomy, and every time I pressed the play button, it, instead of playing Grey's Anatomy and playing the episode I was on, would start playing Forrest Gump. And Forrest Gump was like live at the time, like it was playing on live TV in Australia, and so for some reason if I started playing Grey's Anatomy, if I made it full screen, if I pressed play, even if I didn't touch it, it would just start playing a random clip of Forrest Gump, and it was like the most comical and funny but infuriating thing that's ever happened to me. Like, it was, oh, it was so annoying. It was like a half an hour saga of me like trying to get Grey's Anatomy to work, and then like eventually, after like restarting my computer, like restarting the browser, doing all this stuff, the whatever bug this was like stopped happening and I could finally watch the episode. But honestly, I probably would have read a whole bunch more if it hadn't have been for the fact that I started binge watching Grey's Anatomy on Thursday and Friday night. But I had a really good time doing it, so I'm not upset about it. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I consider this reading slump to be pretty much broken. Like, I think that I had a really good reading week for me, despite not having finished The Name of the Wind. But like, in all honesty, it's been such a challenge over the last couple of months. Like, I've had a, I feel like I say this all the time, but like I've had a really stressful last few months, and like to the point where like I wasn't like going and picking up my books and reading, and I wasn't even listening to audiobooks. Like, I just kind of checked out of everything because I was just really stressed out. But there have been some like lifey changes going on behind the scenes, so I'll update you guys on that at like some point. But yeah, I'm hoping that things will be far less stressful from here on out. And yeah, I'm probably gonna end the vlog here because we have a super busy day today. We have like a family thing we're gonna go to, which is probably gonna last all day. So I need to try to find time to edit this video and put it up for you guys tonight. So I will say goodbye to you now. Thank you so very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.